Financial crime is a threat to a country and its people in every aspect of their lives, such as homes, work, online and offline. Civilization have its positive and negative impacts, and the negative impact has made theft, fraud, corruption, money laundering easier. To this end, the Committee on Financial Crimes of the House of Representatives, under the leadership of Honorable Abdullahi Ibrahim Duse, the chairman of the committee, organized a 2-day capacity and development training with theme ICT and Financial Crime Control for an effective economic, social and security growth of the nation. The first paper presentation was taken by Barrister Samson NSC with topic Legal Framework for Financial Crimes in Nigeria, focusing on various statutory provisions on fraud, such as embezzlement, theft, bribery and corruption, amongst others.
Us theft, but the one that is big, I love Fela when I was small. My senior brother were students, so they love Fela music. He mentioned that word, insider trading. So I thought they are selling, until I became grown and now say that in the office people do things internally. If there's bid now, I'm part of the bid committee. Is this phone you want to buy? I know it's 100,000. I will tell my friend, write quotation of 99,000, 100, and 101, and submit. That should be maybe 120, 150. So I already give out expo. So those are small things we do that at the end of the day now turn to hill and mountain in Nigeria, corruption. One governor said if you don't kill corruption, it will kill us. Well, we will kill corruption. Ironically, we cannot actually kill corruption. Even in US, there is corruption. But the magnitude is what we are afraid here. You know what pains me most? Somebody will be caught stealing, and he'll be very bold and proud. And we will clap for him also. I remember one man that was taken to court, pre-bargaining, saying just find maybe a very 20 million. Just put time for pocket and pay the small money. That is an encouragement to be corrupt. One book of God said, because there is no punishment, people are hardened to do crime. Because there's no punishment. We have evaded punishment in Nigeria. Those who have been punished, something is always happening. I was in prison in 2 year prison in August. When we take number, these small boys and girls there, they are more than 3/4. Rich men are not going to go to prison. They have heavy access, friend, influence, money, and many things. So, in the whole, our system is down, and we need to just wake up. The judiciary is at fault, the regulatory bodies are at fault, executive is at fault, House of Service is at fault. Many of us, the civil service, the engine room of fault. Civil service, we are the engine room of fault. So we are seeing money laundering, abuse of dominant provision. That's part of it. Because I'm the DG, I can approve contract above my limit. Do you know why I can do it? If they hear, they will not do anything. Maybe we are sharing it together.
Engineer Steve, the second facilitator for the first day of the training, lectured on the role of ICT in prevention and detection of financial crime. Engineer Steve spoke extensively on the types of financial crimes, how to use ICT to prevent and detect financial crime, how to prevent man-in-the-middle attack, how to prevent insiders attack, amongst others.
What we want to discuss today is how to prevent financial crime. Because financial crime cannot be prevented using laws. It will only involve you knowing what to do at the right time. That financial crime did not start today. Financial crime has been with us. And it is not our origin. Financial. I want to ask, who knows the name, the first name that was given to 419. The full meaning of OBT. The full meaning of OBT, obtained by tricks, is started. They call it OBT, obtained by tricks. And they have very beautiful ways of presenting the issues before it graduated to what we have today. Yahoo, Yahoo, Yahoo Plus, and so many of them. So, but if you have a cell phone, a smartphone here, you have a laptop, you have a desktop, either in your office, at home, this lesson is for you. So, ICT means information and communication technology. It is a combination of manufacturing and services industries that capture, transmit, display data information electronically. The electronics must be there. It is also referred as convergence of all technology. There is cable, there is telecommunication, there is computer. If there is no network in it, it does not work. That is why it is called ICT. Let's go. Now, financial crimes. Financial crimes may involve additional criminal acts like computer crime and elders abuse and even violent crimes such as robbery, armed robbery, or murder. Financial crime may be carried out by individuals, corporations, or by organized crime groups. There is no limit to what the victim will look like.
Day 2 of the training started its first lecture on public finance management strategies and oversight by Mr. Onyeka Onyanakwe with principles of public finance, importance of public finance, rationale for government intervention.
Here I will say public finance may be defined as the identification, number one, of specific financial relationships and functions running between public administrations and institutions and as the one party and in mutual interconnectivity with other entities of the economic system as the other party, both private entities, the public itself, the household, the companies, organizations, and institutions. There is a relationship. What is binding all of these people together? There's a need for what? Finance. You buy, you sell. You go to market, you come back. It's either you are selling or you are buying. So there is something that connects all of us. Public finance. Let us look at the principles. The principles are categorized into three. Non-optional, non-refundable, non-equivalent. The non-optional means that it is not an option that you must contribute to the growth of public finance. You don't have any option. This principle suggests that economic entities are forced by law to contribute to the joint budget of national or local authorities. For instance, before your salary is paid, government has deducted from source. That is tax. You are paid into the purse by law, payee. Is that correct? Good. Now you decided to do a supply. At the point of getting your money, there's already a percentage that is deducted. You have contributed by law. So one of the basic principles of public finance is that there is what we call the principle of non-optional. You just have to pay.
Rounding off day 2, Mr. Jide Agbaje lectured on finding a lasting solution to the menace of cyber and financial crime in Nigeria. Mr. Jide emphasized on cybercrime, its consequences, economic and political and social impact, amongst others.
Finding the solution to cyber and financial crime in Nigeria, and then another speaker also talked about the, from the ICT perspective. So my topic is actually finding a solution to financial and cyber crime in Nigeria. You would all agree with me that corruption has actually bedeviled Nigeria. And when I say corruption in this aspect, I mean financial crime in Nigeria is growing by the day. If you look back in retrospect, the previous government actually set up some institutions to fight crime in Nigeria. The EFCC, the ICPC, the conventional police. Police have been there for several years. Okay, but the question is, why do we have financial crime and cyber crime in Nigeria on the rise? Why do people get involved in cyber crime and financial crime? EFCC is everywhere. They have offices everywhere in Nigeria. ICPC. Why is it that they've not been able to curb the menace of cyber crime and financial crime in Nigeria? If you go to our higher institutions in Nigeria, the universities and the polytechnic, 3 out of 30 students of tertiary institutions are involved in cyber crime in Nigeria. Their parents are encouraging them. Why do we have this?
The training, which had people from different government ministries all over the country in attendance, was concluded with a certificate presentation for each trainee.
Gio, Dario, Phil, Ugochukwu, Ada Phil.
Speaking to DCTV News, some of the trainees expressed their gratitude to the organizers and say they have learned a lot from the training.
My name is Said Ibrahim. I'm the Executive Chairman, Niger State Universal Basic Education Board. Of course, the training, I want to thank the organizers and the facilitators. They did well. There are issues that is bothering everybody in this country. The issue of the financial crime, the issue of the public sector management, and some other issues. And of course, it's important, it's timely, and that's why we in Niger State came with my board member and about 4 directors for them to come and see and study, because we believe, number one, is a capacity building. It has to build the capacity. And of course, there's they do it in such a way they bring their experiences, what's happening in other countries, where we hope some of these things will equally come to Nigeria.
My name is Shehu Yusuf Galadima Kwantogora, and Chairman Niger State Civil Service Commission. Has been impacted. We are well informed and we are better off now. We had a match and certain fear we used to have, well, it has been cleared for us. But the problem we still have in Nigeria is we all know the truth, we all know the reality. What is affecting us generally on this financial and cyber crime is our level of insincerity in the country. One, we don't have the country at heart. Instead of us to be country conscious, whatever we're doing in activities, whether in the private or public sector, should be Nigeria first, not self. But in most cases, from top to the bottom, that's how we behave in Nigeria. So when there is need for an attitudinal change, and also our mindset has to be changed also towards Nigeria, so that we can move forward, like how other developed countries happen to be today.
Okay, my name is Olajide Agbaje. Yeah, I'm a resource person for this workshop. We have to look at the etymological cause of the problem. And when I say etymological cause, the workshop is actually on corruption and how can we eradicate corruption, okay, and what are the things that we need to do in order for us to eradicate it, you know. So one of the solutions that I propose is that because a lot of people are afraid of tomorrow, and that's why we have corruption this enormous in the country. So what I propose is there should be policies, there should be programs in place that will give people assurance of tomorrow. Because I discovered that a lot of people who engage in corruption in the country, they engage in it, they steal from government coffers because they are not sure of tomorrow. They are not sure of tomorrow of their children or the future of their children, and that's why they engage in corruption. I make examples, I make comparison. with economies in the world that are doing well, okay? And these economies are credit driven, okay? Nigerians should have access to credit such that if you want to go to school, to the universities, to the tertiary institutions, your parents do not have to fund your education. As a student, you can go to the government and get a loan from the government. And then when you're done studying, you can pay back this loan gradually. And that's why we have the back and forth between ASU and the federal government. This problem will continue to persist if you not find a solution. Education anyway is not free. It's not cheap. Okay, so students should have access to loans so that they want to do a 4-year program in the university, the government can fund their program, and then when they graduate and they start working, they can start paying back gradually. That said, we also need to put in place social security for those that are not working, okay? For instance, those who lose their job, in developed country, you can activate your employment insurance, okay? And for that period that you are not employed, you can get reimbursement from the government, depending when you're going to get a job, okay? Because the economy is tax-driven, okay? So they provide an enabling environment for people to work. They also provide a lot of job. You know, we need to move from consumption to production. An economy that does not produce what it consumes, that economy is going to be a problem. It's going to have problem. And that's why we have Naira chasing the dollar all the time. And that's why Naira is on the sky fall. Because Nigeria is operating a mono economy.
Comfort Olayinka, DCTV News.